Hi everyone, this is Jolie from Happy Heart Arts, and I am very glad to be here today with you guys. It's been a while since I've done my last market, so virtual market on Facebook. So I'm glad to be back again and to share with you what I do. So yeah, I'm a visual. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a visual artist, and the name of my business is Happy Heart Arts. Visual Arts of Jolie Collins, and I have a website also, which is happyheartarts1513.com, where I sell my paintings, my drawings, digital prints of my paintings and drawings. Not all of them, but a few. I do mixed media, abstracts, acrylic abstracts. My drawings are usually figurative and done in charcoal or pen and marker. I've done a few digital, but yeah, I that's what I do. And I'm trying to think. Lately, I've been doing a lot of gouache watercolors and oil pastels. Oh yeah, those are the two mediums I forgot also. So before I start, oh hi Rebecca. Hola. All righty. Well, welcome. Before I start, actually, I want to show you a little bit of what I do beyond what I showed in my little ads. And over the last, whoops, sorry about that. If you heard that, that was me accidentally dropping one of my newer notebooks. Let me try this again. But this little notebook I got back just after Thanksgiving, and I can say I filled it. And one of the things is it's filled with a bunch of gouache. I've been trying since I've moved out to the East Coast. I've been trying my hand at a lot of gouache. Partly because my space is smaller and the gouache is real easy to kind of use anywhere. And I've been using like the travel paintbrushes. I wasn't using that last year, I should say in 2022, but in 2023 I switched to jelly gouache. And anyways, I got this cute little notebook, and I saw this, what is it, this video. I love YouTube. I watch a lot of YouTube. And he was demonstrating, he said like, oh, the artist I was listening to was talking about how he would start notebooks. Like whenever he get a new sketchbook, he would like do a really good drawing that made him feel good, versus just doing test draw or, testing your medium in the book. Because it always looks, and I always must admit, my first page always was ugly, but I really liked his idea of making a beautiful first page. So that way you kick it off with, feeling good about your sketchbook. So, anyways, so when I started this off way back in November, late November, just after Thanksgiving, um, this is my Sailor Moon. Someone was dressed up as Sailor Moon, and I did a gouache with my at the time new jellies. So yeah, gouache and pencil. So that's this, and I'm so proud of this book because most of it's gouache. Um, because I didn't paint every day, but well, I might have painted every day, but it sometimes they take a couple of days to do. Sailor Moon again. Um, this is Hobie, one of the Spider-Men from Across the Spider-Verse. There we go. A painting I did in blue and orange. This like oh, sorry, I forgot. Let me go back here. Hobie here is done in oil pastels, because that's one of my favorite mediums to draw with. I love drawing figures, so a lot of these are figure drawings. And here is, I tried playing around with blue and orange, the complementary colors, to create the shadows. That's oil pastels. This one didn't work, so I'll pretend you didn't see that. Like I said, I love cartoon characters, so this is, I was looking at an old Pinterest. I use that for references. An old um, picture of Starfire from the new Teen Titans way back in the 80s. That's the version I looked at. This one's taken from, I think I used anime reference for this. I actually saw a drawing, an Art Deco from like the 20s, 30s drawing, and this one actually is not gouache, and neither is it oil pastel. This is actually pen and alcohol markers. Oh, would I explain gouache? Yeah. Gouache is, it's think watercolor. So basically, watercolor, you can paint on paper. Gouache is the opaque medium. It actually allows you to use white. And so this is my jelly gouache that, and I didn't use the tubes. I tried tubes for a little bit, I really wanted to try this jelly gouache. It's a little dried out, but it was very, when I first got it, it was very creamy, like pudding. But of course, like watercolors, it can be reactivated with water. Um, I'm gonna tip my camera here because I put tons of water in it the other day trying to reactivate. So that's just what it looks like right now. My jelly gouaches, but yeah, yeah, it's just like watercolor, but it's more opaque, and it can be mixed with the watercolors. And oh yeah, here's one of my travel brushes. Oh, there's no water in the tube, but it's a nice little flat. I love it. I've been using it for doing my backgrounds, painted all just one color, and then letting it dry, and then drawing over it with my whatever drawing I want to do. So yeah. So that's the gouache. I know these colors are great. This is why I'm loving this notebook because the gouache is so great. All right, here let me show. I'll flip through this real quickly. But yeah, those jelly colors are absolutely fabulous. Oh yeah, so my sister gave me some ink, so I tried doing an ink drawing, and then another ink was too dark, so that's some white gouache over the black. But anyways, this is gouache and Conte crayon. Plain. This is when I was still trying to figure it out, so always trying to figure it out. But yeah, the gouache is so vibrant. Let me see if I can get the right angle. So there you can see that the bright orange there. Ooh, this is Raven. More of the jelly gouache. Oh, man, but isn't this purple beautiful? Oh yeah. Anyways, all right. There was a time when Elmo had asked how people were doing. I was too old for Elmo. When Elmo came out, so I wasn't into Elmo as a kid. But when there was that TikTok, that not TikTok, Twitter X, that Elmo had asked how everybody were doing, and people responded with the truth, like if they were going through hard times. And I was just thinking about how much one character, i.e., really, so many people related to him that they could really just share their truth, even though he's fictional. But something about they really connect with, that when people you really connect with, when they ask how you are, you can just be real with them. And Elmo just made me go, wow, people just touching someone's heart. That was just such a good thing. Made me feel so I had to do Elmo there. Yeah, Spider-Man Cross the Spider-Verse. So Spider-Gwen and Miles Morales. Woohoo! I love that movie. I think I tried. If you're wearing a swim cap based off an Art Deco image. Oh, I feel proud of this. I tried doing a flower. The water drops came out really good. This took a few days. I would love to say, I can paint real quickly. I can't. I start something. I paint after the end of my day. So I will work during the daytime. I work from home. I work as a communication manager for an art association here in Connecticut. And so this one goes this way. And oh, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad you liked her. I wasn't sure. I debate whether or not I think she came out. Let me go back here. So that's why when I scanned images and started sharing them, I didn't share her. But yeah. Flower. What was it? Oopsie, I interrupted my thought. My bad. Oh, I work during the day. Sorry, that's what it was. I work during the day. Then after I eat, I chill for a couple hours after I eat dinner, and then I start painting around 8 o'clock, and paint for about off and on for about an hour and a half or so. So somebody I saw on YouTube was showing how to do like how to mimic Monet's water lilies, but they were doing it really quick and doing it in a sketchbook. And I can't remember what medium they were doing. It might have been acrylic, but I said I'd try mine gouache. So that's what this is. And then I decided to try doing a black little sheep, which came out okay. I think it's black. But here's my goat. My goat came out pretty good. I was like, woohoo! What a cool goat. Yeah, he's mostly pencil, then with a little bit of color. Sorry if it's too bright because of the white, but yeah. And then, let's see. Testing a bit here. And then, oh yeah, this is Sailor Moon's daughter, Chibi Yusa. Told you I like cartoons, man. This was two-toned with the, I think it was a black and white photo of a sculpture that I zoomed in a bit, and then I just wanted to play a little bit with the shadows. So I tried to do my black shadows first, and then and Conti Crab, which wasn't working, so I went in with black paint to fill in my shapes and just kind of worked it, which was great with the gouache. I could layer it. What's more, the gouache, I guess it has more of the watercolor feel because I have a lot of white on there. Um, oh, here's all blue, except for the little bit of purple of her bubble gum. I used purple down on her bubble gum, trying to do something different. I realized I'm making a lot of my people look very serious, so I found this photo of a girl blowing bubble gum, and I was like, awesome. Let's see here. Sailor Moon again, and her. I have a T-shirt and a sweatshirt now. Woohoo! Sailor Moon and her Usagi or Serena. The old back in the '90s, they just called her Serena, but in English, yeah, in America we changed her name. But Usagi is her Japanese name, her real name in the manga and stuff like that. So that's a half page, and then another. I like this one. Drawing of or excuse me, gouache painting of I think it was another one of a Art Deco drawing, using as a reference. Trying to play around. This one was a photo. This actually was gouache on the background, but I didn't like how the face was coming, so it is all pastel on top of her hair. Trying to think. Her hair might have a little bit of oil pastel, but her face is oil pastel. And then the background's gouache. Her hair at the top is gouache. Oh, the gorgeous Art Deco lady? Yeah. There's something cool and funky and free about her, and yeah, I like this one too. I gotta make sure to sell it on my website. I haven't uploaded them to my website. I've scanned everything. Um, Playing with the eye there, and then I always see these when sometimes I see them in the if I watch a Japanese anime or something like that. They have the little happy cat, the waving happy cat. I thought that'd be kind of cool to try to draw, to just do something different that was loose and fun. And then I'm almost done. All right, so this was supposed to be one of my favorite cartoon characters from back when I was in high school, but then I forgot to do the design on her eyes. So it's based off of Dazzler. If you've ever heard of Dazzler, she was an X-Man, but before she was an X-Man, she was just Dazzler. She would make light by singing. Yeah, I know, real powerful power. I sing and everything gets nice and bright and shiny. Yeah. Oh, Hobie again in beautiful blacks and purples. Yeah. I had a little trouble trying to do his the side of his face here, so I kept working on it, but he looks kind of cool. I love his intense eyes. Hobie's a cool character, man. A cool cat. Fight the power. All right. And then as I was getting close to the end of my book, which was earlier this month, I tried to do Godzilla. I saw this really cool image of Godzilla. I was going to do a drag, but then I saw Godzilla, so I ended up doing Godzilla. Trying to test out my skills here. It's actually, oh, that was my first Happy Cat. I will make it scanned. I will upload it to my website as a digital download. But yeah, that Happy Cat's my first one. I'll make sure to upload it. I have it scanned. I'm going to turn it into PDFs. So my digital downloads on my website are PDF files that people can download and print themselves for $10. So I'll add this to it. But yeah, I will make this available. All right, let me go back to Hobie, the very cool Hobie Brown, Spider-Punk. Alrighty. I can't wait till that third movie comes out. Godzilla with dog ears. Oh, and this is my last page. I couldn't figure out what to do. I was going to put a drawing on top of it, but I found this. I painted it all blue, and then I used a stencil and inked it in black. Yeah. Very exciting. So I feel so good. I finished my book. Ah! I should actually. So yeah, from late November to mid-March. Yay. So I finished my watercolor sketchbook, and I already have a brand new one already bought. Nice blue one. And then, I also bought, when I bought my new sketchbook, my blue one, oh, you're welcome. And then I bought a new one just for my oil pastels. So I got a blue version of this. That's just going to be for my gouaches. I say that. And then I got this one, I never tried this before, but this is the Strathmore. Got pretty good reviews. I'm going to use it for my oil pastels. Yeah, my oil pastels, that's right. And I want to show you one of the drawings. Well, here's one of them I did. She wasn't supposed to have freckles. All the, yeah, came off. It stuck to the page. So I had to go back and recolor it in. And now I have a piece of paper between the front cover and my first drawing. But in honor of Women's Month, because it's March and Women's Month, oopsie. Hey, Rosie the Riveter. So, yeah. Oh, and thank you. Yeah, I feel so good about finishing that off. I always feel good about when I finish a sketchbook. A lot of times a lot of times I get close and then it has 5 to 6 empty pages. So it feels good to actually finish it completely and not have any pages blank. But yeah, so here's my Rosie the Riveter. Woohoo. Yay. Strong woman. Oops. Strong woman. We can do anything. All right, so yeah, so that's what I made in honor of Women's Month. All right, so I'm going to put this aside. Now that you got a feel for my sketchbooks and a little bit of what I do there. Oh yeah, so but what I'm going to really do is going to be smaller. I'm going to do an abstract. I love doing, all right, I say I love doing abstract paintings. I just haven't done one in a while. But really exciting next month because even if I'm a, even though I am a painter and sell my own work, there is still fun to be able to take a class and learn something new. So I'm looking forward to doing a workshop and learn someone else's techniques, what they do too. So this is me preparing for that workshop. This actually took a few days. What I did was I painted. This was original. What I did was what I do. I put a texture on it. And then I painted it. It was brown. Painted it brown. And then I know it looks blue. And then once I figured out I was just going to go for, I painted it white, which is you can see, and put blue on top of it, and red on top of it, and yellow on top of it. And then yeah. And then I went back and put some more lines. I keep thinking it needs more lines, but since I haven't painted on it in 2 days, it might actually be done. Yeah, I love the blues too. I keep thinking it needs more blue. Oh yeah, we do everything. Yes, we do. But yeah, so this is my newest one that trying to think. Yeah, I started it this week, or was it last weekend? Whatever, it's new. It's my newest piece. Alrighty. That's finished-ish. I have another piece that's almost finished. I'm using Georgia O'Keeffe is one of my favorites, and in my new, which, hold on, did I put it in the wrong book, or do I have it in here? Oh yeah, I forgot. Underneath, I forgot. This is a piece that I'm working on. So this is based off of Georgia O'Keeffe's, oh dear, forgot the name of the flower. Blue something. Love to remember the name of the flower. Yes, love the blues too. I like blue. Anyways, Georgia O'Keeffe's something flower. But anyways, it looks just like this type of flower. Hers is blue and more of a gray background, but and hers is probably oil paint, and I'm doing mine in oil pastels. It's not quite done. I have to fill this in, and I want to tweak my edges, but this is one of my works in progress. So yeah, I'm excited about that too. But all right. So today, though, I'm going to tip my camera here. I am going to do an abstract. Actually, I'm going to start one. I saw this really cool technique in a video of someone using a stencil to apply their, oh, thank you guys, to apply like their medium and use the stencil. So I don't use stencils a lot, but I'm going to, sometimes I do, No, I bought these stencils in the past year, so no, I don't use stencils a lot, but I'm going to try. So anyways, what she did was she used a stencil to create shapes with her medium and then let it dry and then painted over it some. So my medium, I just put on with a spatula. Here's my really dirty spatula. But I bought some fun ones. I got a set of 9, not this past Christmas, but the Christmas before, that I've used also. So, and then here is I like using my roller for texture and blending the background and stuff like that. I know I don't have time to try all of these, but if I could, I would. It has a lot of texture on it. It didn't come with the texture. It dried with the paint on it, but it has this great texture. I have another roller that doesn't have as much texture. It's nice and smooth, but I love this textured one. And I'm better about drying it off now. When I have this really high fluid, I'll probably use that. A water bottle to squirt and loosen up paint and maybe have it drip. All right. But yeah. Oh, and something else I'm going to try tonight. Whoops, that was my brush. I won't be using that one. I'm going to try using a canvas board. I've used them before. I just don't love them. But this was cheap. I got them at Michael's. Yeah. I bought a pack of 3 for $3. So yeah, whoopsie. Trash. Let me get rid of that. So yeah, I'm going to try painting on this. Must admit, my favorite is to draw and paint on, in my oil pastels at times. Stretch canvas. And my next favorite thing when I paint with my acrylics, I don't paint with oils that often. I tried last year. I didn't have much fun, so I'm going back to my acrylics. But yeah, stretch canvas, or if I don't do the stretch canvas with my paints, I've used canvas pads, not canvas paper, because that's crap. At least that's what I think. I use these are sheets of real canvas that are unstretched. So I like using those too. This is a 9 by 12, and I actually have a bigger size, also 16 by 20. But yeah, but normally I use this. But since I wanted to try a nice, I know I could have painted it black, but I was like, it was right there. You know how you go to a supply store? It was right there. So that's what I did. All right, so I'm going to tip my camera down, and I'm going to get started with applying. I'm not going to use all the, I got this stencil because it was 3 different designs in one, but I'm just going to use these big circle, rounded squares right here. And I'm just going to go with how I feel. All right, I'm going to put one here. I think I'll put one here just to be different. Then I'm going to put it aside to dry because, yeah, it's going to need time to dry. And then I'll see what will happen from there. So I'll probably have to finish. People who come to one of mine tomorrow, maybe the morning one, they'll probably get to see me paint over it. Or I might just, do the finished product later. But yeah, this is what she did. She actually used the stencil and applied, whoops, sorry. Let me push this down a little bit more. My bad. Sorry about that. The medium right there into the stencil. I was like, ooh, cool. Messy, but cool. And so, yeah. I tried that blue, yellow, and red, almost flame-like stencil. I tried it in one spot there, but it was after the fact. Most of the medium I applied directly, that created that background, I applied it directly with my stencil, like this, without a stencil to create shapes. So, yeah. I thought of it too late. Whoopsie, I'm actually rubbing it up by accident. Alright, I got 9 more holes to get. I like medium. I think I realized I like texture, all these different type of acrylic mediums. Before, actually I realized I like texture. What was it? I just happened, it's going to sound weird, I had happened to have sand. I can't remember which came first. But when I started getting pseudo-serious about painting, I'm not going to say pseudo-serious, but it was after I was done with school. Because I went back to school to study art to paint. Not paint, to draw. I wanted to draw. But I did take a painting class, intro to painting. We did oil. But when I was done with school, I remember working with, trying to think, this was oil paint, so I was probably trying to give up some oil paints. Get rid of oil paint that I had. I had sand. I know it's going to sound weird, but for some odd reason I had sand. I don't know why I had a bag of sand, but I had some sand. And I ended up trying to figure out how to get the sand to stay in the paint. Then I found it was just easier just to mix it into the wet paint and then apply it that way. That works. But I've also found medium that has sand already built into it. Woohoo! I can show that to you. Someone actually gave it to me as a gift. And it dries. I have some that's black sand. So when it so have all the white medium. Then when it's dry, I have all this beautiful granular texture. Yeah, that's nice. Anyways, by playing with the sand, that was how I realized I liked texture and stuff. And then since then, I've played with the crackle texture. I've tried the book texture. Yeah, I don't like that. The crackle, the heavy gloss medium, um, the heavy medium matte. Yeah, I like that better. Uh, I must admit, I'm not big on gloss, though I do like iridescent. But anyways, ta-da! Look at the cool shape. That's gonna be, oh my gosh, that's gonna be thick as it raises up there. But when it dries, it's all gonna be like just the little beads. All right, so I'm gonna put it on here in another way, in this angle. So I'm gonna do it again. I mean, I guess now I'm gonna do the same shapes. Gives a little, I guess, rhythm and pattern versus the eclectic feeling. Um, but yeah, I just thought it was, whoops, got a little in the wrong spot. I just liked that idea of using a stencil to add my medium. Great way to build up texture quickly. Um, yeah, and have a pattern to it. Even though people might not see it, but have a hidden pattern. Yes. Trying to think what else would I do with my mixed mediums. A lot of times with my mixed mediums, I like. So I've taken photography classes over the years, off and on. Usually when I was in school, but I've done it multiple times. I know I've done it at least 3 good solid times, plus a videography class. Anyways, but despite all that, and then like I've been taking pictures since I was a kid. Well, since a high schooler. I had my own film camera. Yes, film. I am that old. Film camera since I was a kid, and now I have a lovely digital one that's a single lens. Though I know there's mirror ones out there too. But anyways, that's what you knew, which I've never worked with yet. But anyways, sorry. I digress there. Uh-oh. I was talking about, oh yeah, so photography. So what I'd like to do is take some, anyways, so despite all the fact that I've taken a lot of photography classes and been taking pictures since I was a high schooler and all that kind of stuff, there are times I'm just not confident about my photography, which is weird. Like I said, which is weird. Like I said, I've been taking pictures since I was a kid, high schooler, and so a lot of times I will take a picture that I've done, some photography, and I put that into the background. Or sometimes I've taken like a drawing, like of flowers or something, and then I might trace over it or something like that, and then print it onto paper, and then I'll apply it with the medium, the matte fluid medium, and I'll use that as a part of my mixed media. So yeah, that's one of my fun things to do. Actually, that's part of the reason why that's the other reason I got into doing the mixed media with acrylic and mediums, is because of wanting to incorporate my photography into my work a little bit. All right, that is probably too much on top, but let me make sure all the little holes are filled up well. Okay, all right. And they're all different levels. All right, I gotta scrape off some of this excess. Excuse me one moment. Scraping off the excess and trying to put it back into the jar. Because yes, I did nice little layer there. All right, so I'm gonna set that aside, and then because it needs to dry before I can mess with it. But yeah, I'm trying something new here with the black. I've used the glass beads acrylic medium before, so that's not new. But using a stencil with it, that is more of a new type of thing that I'm trying. Alrighty. My brain's like, yeah, I just want to put it aside, but that means it won't be flat the next time. So here, let me put this aside. So this is going to go goodbye. Bye bye. And then I'm gonna put this on the floor here. All right, and I grab another canvas. Ta-da! Give me one moment here. I'm gonna wet my stencil here. Wipe it clean a little bit. Got some water here off to the side, but I know I'm wiping off all the gook on my thing. But hey, it doesn't matter. It is. I'm gonna let the stuff that's getting on there be part of the texture because it's going to be an abstract, and I like texture in my abstracts. All right, there we go. All right, I know probably having a more organized texture would be great, but well, that's just not my thing. And then it's funny because I've looked at what people do, and that will inspire me for a piece. I'm like, ooh, I want to try that. And it's not that I necessarily go back and look and try to recreate it, but I just use it as a starting point. And the reason why I'm saying that I use it as a starting point is because I start changing it. I'll be like, okay, I'm going to just put the paint on the canvas and then brush it out. And then I would change the method suddenly. Yeah, so, which I know is crazy. So, like, I would have broken the rules of how I wanted to actually, I wouldn't have followed the steps that the example that I was looking at was doing. So, and I'd be knocking myself going, why is it not like it? Because I changed the rules. All right. So for this piece, which has all the gel, has the glass beads on it, I actually thought, let me show you this a bit. Oops, sorry. We can move that so much. Here's something called gesso. Which is great for, this is already, my canvas is already pre-gessoed and prepared. So I'm going to try some gesso here. Oh, have you tried adding sand to your paints? Oh, I guess I answered that question. I just now saw the question. And yeah, I have put sand in it. Oh, let me show you the medium. Where is my medium? I had it sitting here where I could show. I have real sand that I put in. They're a very fine one that I bought at Michael's. But this also is texture gel that has sand in it. So it says Blanc. It says Sable Blanc. Just joking. It's in English too. White sand. So and then I might as well use it. And then this one is yellow sand. And then this is my black sand. There's a piece that I just did that's out. Sorry, I forgot to take a picture of it. That I did. Ooh, when did I do it? Well, just a couple weeks ago. That's like I said, I saw a lady do add sand to the paint. Yep. That used the black texture, the black textured sand. It was really cool. The piece that I did. It had a hand. There was a heart that was. There was I'm trying to think. What was the piece? It was a heart being held by a gold iridescent hand, and it was surrounded by. I gave it a rough background around it, so I had blacks and grays, a lot of blacks and grays, and just a little bit of blue right around the heart. So it's to show, and the blacks and the grays with a little bit of flashes of color, were to represent the stress and the. I know my hands are the stress and the problems of the world were depicted in the black and the gray and this texture and the sand, which was black. And then the hand and the heart was being held in the hand, and it was just glowing a little bit of glowing blue. That it was to represent that the heart was in the hand of God and it was at peace. So that's where I actually used the sand, that black textured sand lately. I felt good about it. Though at the same time, part of me was like, ooh, should I do more to it? Because the concept came out just like I wanted it to, but then I kept wanting to add more, which is really weird. But it came out like I wanted it to. Whoopsie, I got paint on myself. All right, I'm not a huge fan of brown. I've done a few pieces with brown, but I usually end up using brown when I want it, when all my other paints are gone. Today I'm using it because I need to get rid of it. I have tons of paint. I even bought some more paint for my workshop. Bought 10 more colors of paint. Yeah, I know. I bought more paint for my workshop. that. Whoopsie, I got some gesso on there. Um, but I got 3 containers of paint. Like little bins about like, oops, I got bins that are about like this big. um, that are full of bait. So, yeah, I need to get rid of it. All right, let's see here. So this burnt sienna is one of the colors I'm going to try to get rid of by using it. Burnt sienna is not a bad color. I don't undig it until it dries. I'll let you know how I feel when it dries. Let's see. What's a color I do like? Red. I like red. That's why yeah. I am, as you probably noticed, that sweatshirt. Yes, it's one of my favorite colors. It's kind of pinkish, but yeah. Let's see here. Um, the gesso. All right, so yeah, so that was not white paint I put on here. I start off with white gesso. To start off with a slight texture thing. It's usually what people use. For let's say they have not an untreated, but I don't know what's the right word for it. Um, oops. Well, it's for like, well, my canvases are already coated with the gesso. So, especially you need it for primed, unprimed. That's it. They use it to prime to make it less porous, the canvas. So, it'll look like this. So, that nice little oatmeal color. Um, Use the gesso, and usually you can buy black gesso too. Most often it's white. It's kind of it's a acrylic plasticky base, and yeah, people cover their canvases to prime them so they're less porous, and then you can paint on it, especially with oil paint. But you can do it for acrylic. And so, anyways, I buy mine pre-primed. But sometimes it's good to have gesso in hand. It might be like I might look at a piece and be like, "Ooh, it's ugly. Let me paint over it with some gesso and then paint over that." All right, so some more paint I'm going to try to get rid of. Actually, I have some iridescent, but before I do the iridescent, I got some blue. Got this big old tube. I like Liquitex. This was a friend of mine. I had these huge tubes of paint I never use because I had paint, but she donated. No, I won't say donate. She gave it to me. She knew I was an artist, and she actually brought it all over to my house. This is before I moved, but brought it over to my house. Boxes. Her whole back seat and I think trunk was filled with paint and paper and brushes and tons of different painting materials that she gave me that had been her mother's, and her mother wouldn't be able to use it anymore. So she gave them to me, and so this is this paint's still hanging in there. So yeah, that's where this is from. Oh, this blue. This is a beautiful blue. This is. I wonder if this is the full name of phthalo. It says phthalocyanine. Blue. Anyways, Liquitex. I like this brand. I have some. Ooh, this brown and blue makes me think of sand. I mean, all right, the brown is not the color of sand, but blue. Brown, water, sky, blue, sand, in the brown range. Oh yes, and then of course the white. So I'm just. All right, I realize now as I streak this across the thing. See, we must be all that sand talk. That must have affected me to my color choices here. But also, I pulled my colors aside earlier, going, I got to use these paint. Oh yeah, so what I'm doing here is, as you saw, I just applied it straight to the canvas. And, whoops, hold on. Let me give you guys a slightly better view here. I applied the paint straight to the canvas, and then I'm just using my spatula to pull it across to mix it. Same with the gesso. It's basically on here like a white background, but this stuff is very runny. trying to decide how much I should let bleed through, or um, I'm doing such small strokes here. I can always add more paint as I'm thinking about it. So I'm just going to pull it through and watch it blend. Oh, come on here, there we go. That brown's turned into that little green there in that corner. Whoops. Let's see here. Da 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 da. I like that corner. This corner. Let's see here. Yeah, I really like this technique of just putting it straight on the canvas. And then just seeing what happens. And then from there, sometimes put it on the back of the blade too. Try to just do it all in the moment. Alright, this is bronze. Got the blue on there, now I'm going to try the bronze. So this one also is, I keep getting paint on myself. This is some iridescent bronze. That's a lot of iridescent bronze. I need it. But I can go over it again. What am I saying? Worrying about it. Oh no, too much bronze. Yeah. Oh, if it turns out that I don't like this, I can just paint over it. And then this will be just a beautiful texture in the background of another painting for hidden secrets. Yeah, this is really weird. This might explain why paintings for me take a few days. Oh my goodness. This might need some more gesso. Yeah, this might be just good enough for being the background for something major. Some other piece. Sometimes my pieces don't have a sense of up or down until later. Like I will do a piece and I'll feel like it's finished and then I'll turn it around and be like, ah, that's truly right, you know. So it'll feel like it's done until it won't feel quite done until I've turned it around. All right, something's in my paint here. There we go. Oh, and I'm making it a little muddy there. Ooh. The colors are nice, but oops. Seems like I'm protecting my gesso center here. Alright, let's see here. I should stop trying to protect that gesso center. Yeah. Small canvas, lots of paint. Whoops. Too much paint, so I rubbed it on the edge. Alright. Oh, I forgot. I had this brand new fan brush. This is really cool. That I was like, oh, I could use that. Oops. Well, not today, I guess. Yeah. I'm sorry. I didn't like that bronze, so I'm covering it with some blue paint here. Alright, so here's the thing with abstracts. It's like, yeah, they're cool, so you can't figure out it's not coming together. I got all these great diagonals. I just don't. That's it. I got all these great diagonals. And lots of clumpy paint. which is kind of very cool. Um, I just don't dig what's happening with it. Yeah. Hmm. Alrighty, I'm gonna put more blue on here. The thing is, not every painting does someone actually like. I'm gonna put on the back of the blade. But I got a lot of this blue. I think I have another whole tube of this blue. um. Oh. There we go. Oh, that's interesting. Hmm. Yeah, I got the feeling I am changing this up because, one, I didn't like it. I like the stripes. I like the blue. Um, I like the white, the bronze. I don't like. Yeah, turns out I really don't like brown. Um, I would have said that yellow is my color I don't like, but I use yellow all the time. I remember putting a show, set up one of my shows once, and it was like almost every, even if it wasn't a lot, there were so many pieces that had a little bit of yellow in it. It was really weird. Really weird. But I guess yellow's a happy color. Yellow is a color that can make one feel good because it makes people think, makes me think of sunshine. You know, yeah, not just jaundice sickness, but sunshine. And yeah, I like that color. All right, where was I? More blue, because I am wet on wet today. That's the style I'm doing, wet on wet, and covering it with more blue because as it's paint's old, so it's having this really weird. All right, and then I have tons of gesso. So it's really doing this weird texture thing. Um, yeah, my lines aren't very straight. Should be interesting to see what happens when this dries. Let's see here. Use the edge of my blade here to pull it more through. Yeah, more blue paint. I'm going to clean off the back of my spatula again. Because I'm just, it has too much other colors mixed into it. And, actually, let's see if I can get this stick. Yeah, cover it more of that bronze. Because, yeah. More blue, less bronze. More blue, less brown. Yeah. Oh, that feels good. It feels a little too mixed, so clean this off some more. Oh, thank you. Um, it needed less brown. I'm liking the extra blue. The blue is probably going to dry very, some of the blue is going to probably dry very dark, which is cool. So, hopefully it has some dark and light areas. Um, but yeah, yeah, thank you, thank you. All right, let's see. Oh, more blue, like I said. I'm going to add a little more blue. Because blue's a good color. Yeah, like I said, I have a love hate issue. I have a love hate for yellow. Turns out I really don't like brown. That's probably why I'm covering it up. Um, Blue I like. It's in my top three for favorite colors. Red, black, and blue are my favorite colors. So I like using it a lot. Blue, I like using blue a lot. There we go. Look at that blue. Look at that blue. So yeah, it makes me feel good to use it and to use it to hide that brown. But the brown patches make me. I like the brown patches popping through, so that actually feels good. And then it's gonna have like the iridescent shiny with the bronze when it dries, which is cool. I love iridescent. Iridescent is such a fun thing. I have a couple pieces that have, um, or just like I've used a gold background and then have a couple colors on it, or mixed it with others, some gold and bronze and copper. Yeah, iridescent paint. I just think it's fun to use. Um, yeah, one of my faves. Um, I like in the white. I like the white patches in there in this current piece. So I'm psyched to see what the final result's gonna look like. Let's see here now. Now the question is like, which is the book? Let me see a bit. Hold on one second. There we go. What's the best way? Should it go this way or this way or this way? I might like. I think the dark. Oh yeah, the dark is heavy at the bottom. Yeah, this is definitely interesting looking. Yeah. I must admit, it's hard to see because the trying to think to see that it has a slight layer of paint on top. I'm not sure I'm holding it at the right angles to be able to see that I got it on thickly. I'm trying to be able, like, I love it because so if someone came and touched it, you'd be able to feel the texture, the little ridges. Yes, yes, yes. Yeah, and that I do like about this. It has nice little ridges in it. Um, I might put a little extra blue in this bottom corner, and then I'm gonna let it dry. But yeah, that's my painting for tonight. um, yeah, very interesting. Very interesting. That's the fun thing about abstracts. They're all about color and then how it makes you feel. And sometimes people see things in it. I must have some abstracts that where people have seen things in it. They'll see birds. Yeah, birds, flowers. All right, sometimes I've done abstracts that were definitely flowers. But yeah, sometimes it's fun to for people to say, "Oh, I see this and that," or if it just be like, "Ooh, this matches my house." Oh, thank you. I think laughing's good and healthy. But anyways, yeah. So this is it, and thank you guys for being here. It was really fun showing you my art techniques and showing you my work. Yeah, it's always fun showing people my work. And so yeah, so I'll be back tomorrow. Sure, I can think 11 Central. I'm on the East Coast, so I'll be noon from here. And sorry, I can't just count off the top of my head what it'd be Pacific and Mountain Time. But yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. Tomorrow I'm hoping to. It's probably my piece I do tomorrow will probably be a two. Oh, I forgot the one piece that's drying, so I'll probably have to work on that. But I'm hoping to do a gouache piece. But I love doing it under drawing first, so I'll probably do the drawing in the morning, and then, or it could be pastel, all pastel. But I'll probably do a drawing because I probably do that in the morning, and then in the afternoon, or excuse me, the nighttime, because I'll be coming on at 8 p.m. Central Time. I'll probably do that gouache or oil pastel part then. But anyways, thank you guys for being here tonight and letting me share. Oh, I made you smile. Ah, yay! Yay! That makes me happy. Which makes me happy. That's part of why I like my name of my company is called Happy Heart Arts because I want to make people happy. Yay. Yay. Thank you for saying that. Oh, thank you, Aurora. Thank you, Rebecca, for both being here. You guys made me happy too, and I'm glad I can make you guys happy and smile. Yay. Yay. All right, I better go, but I'll be back, and thank you guys. Have a lovely night. All right, bye.